luscious. Get your luscious locks ready. Hey guys, it's the Guildmaster with the Cleric today.
What's going on?
Got another battle report coming for you. We're doing something a little different. I'm still running IDF, and you were running something way different.
Yeah, I tried it out off camera a couple days ago, but I'm actually going to be running a Syrian main formation supported by my Russians. So
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
Okay, you want to go over your list, brother?
Yeah. So I've got a Syrian T-72 tank battalion.
Okay.
And it's that 4x4x4 platoon.
Mm-hmm.
With that formation is the Shilkas. Then I've got the medium infantry company with them, so that's 9 BM.
He says medium, and it's 9.
BTRs, it's 13 infantry stands and only 2 RPGs. But
the only good part is they have access to way more heavy weapons than the BMPs. Okay.
Yeah. And then in support of them, I've got the 3 Spandrels, a 2 stand of my Gaskins, my little scout cars.
Oh, they were such a pain last game.
He could only bail them, he could never actually kill them until round 6.
I couldn't seal the deal.
Then I've got my Hails, of course, supported by my Syrian Carnations. Then coming over here is actually a sneaky little Russian formation who's supporting them. So it's my fun little T-62M battalion, and that's that same 4x4x4 formation. 4 Gaskins assigned to them. 3 BMP-1 scouts. And then I've got the 4 BMP-2 infantry company with them. So that's 4 stands with 3 RPGs.
Oh, it's good. That's a lot of bodies on the board.
Yeah, the one thing I'm already missing is the Hinds. Those are the one thing that I really did want to try to play in this season, if you will. So I'm going to probably retool it. It'll look different probably by next time, but I like it the way it's playing now.
It looks good. Like, you have a lot of AA. I think we're still going to see a lot of air in the game. Like, even though some stuff has gone up and A has gone up. Okay, we'll go to my IDF forces. I've been running pretty much the same force you guys have been seeing. This is our board. A lot of my terrain is in storage right now because of the house remodel guys. So maybe next videos, 1 or 2 coming up, I'll have some of my stuff out. But back to the IDF. We're using dynamic points, by the way. So because of that, this is 95. So I have 2 groups of 3 Merkava 2s with a command of 2. So because of dynamic points, I was able to add another Merkava. 4 tow 2 equipped Jeep Humvees, or Jeep tows. 3 pack of the scouts. Also in that formation is 1 full Israeli infantry platoon. Then in support, 4 VADs, 4 pariahs, a 3 pack obviously of the 120 mortars, and then 4 Skyhawks without napalm, because I had to drop napalm too to get the units in. Fun fact, the VADs were 11 points dynamic. They changed it on Army Builder. Now it's 10 points. I think they give them that 3 skills of a premium. And there's arguments if it's good or not, but that's my force. It's quite little compared to that. So we're going to go ahead and roll up mission. We'll do deployment, and then when we come back, we'll go over the mission and deployment, guys. So stay tuned. We have our mission we're playing, guys, is Valley of Death. I'm actually kind of on the back for a little bit how small my force is, so we'll go to the table. You want to go over your deployment first there, Cleric?
Yeah, so what I ended up having to do is my deployment zone is split between the 2 areas. I got an 8-inch deployment zone. So I ended up having to split my forces. I don't like doing that. We've got all of our infantry still in our BTR 60s. I put 1 platoon of 62Ms out here with all of my scouts. Coming back, I've got the Shilka back here with the Spandrels and my Gaskins to protect my formation commander. Then, of course, we've got our lovely little Hails hiding in the woods. The Guildmaster was kind enough to put both of his objectives splitting there by the mountains, so I got to try to defend that fun. Coming over here, we have the bulk of my 62s. So we've got the 2 platoons there with the formation commander. The screen went black. Protected
it's all right.
by,
it's still recording.
Protected by my Gaskins. I've got my FO sitting here. He's definitely going to be moving into a different position. And then coming back finally, we have our Syrian Carnations hiding behind a mountain. So we're going to be skipping those footballs up over the mountain range. And we're going to go over to the Guildmaster for his deployment.
All right, so mine's pretty square. Yeah, a lot of my stuff's in the open, but I'll be moving them. So the pariahs are right there with the Tow 2 equipped Jeeps. Infantry still in the transport. They're going to be moving out. Once the Merkavas is here with the VADs, then basically what I'm going to do, I'm just going to try to push out and start rolling for reserves. I roll for turn 1, and I have my scout Jeeps, the command Merkava of 2, the other Merkava platoon of 3, and the 4 jets in reserve. And since it's a meeting engagement, a lot of my stuff can't fire, which I just realized I need to borrow another FO off the model.
Yeah.
I gotta put one in here. But okay, we're gonna go on to turn 1, Takar's first turn, and we'll see if I can push out and hopefully. I know he's probably going to try to bum rush me, so I'm going to try to hopefully mitigate that. We'll be back after turn 1 IDF. The end of IDF turn 1, pretty lackluster. My sneaky converted BMP spotter. These guys got in the woods, engaged the T-62s, and he bounced all the shots.
5, 6, 6.
Just bounced them all. Everyone else kind of pushed up behind the mosque. These guys pushed behind terrain. Mortars stayed in place. Pariahs make it in the back of the woods. And I used follow me, cross here basically. So it ups your crossing by 1. So because of it, 3 got in the woods as opposed to the 1. And since they are, or opposed to the only 2 making it, so since they're scouts, they're still considered gone to ground. So that's going to help. That's the end of IDF turn 1. So we're going on to
Syrian turn 1.
Yep, Syrian turn 1. We'll be back. Here you go.
Alrighty, so let's go over Syrian turn 1. So he thought I was going to try to bum rush his tanks. Instead, I kind of hit along the wall and pulled some people back, swinging my infantry BTR 60s around. Then we've got our scouts. Tried to put some shots on, only managed to bail the one guy. Then coming back here, put on some shots with my spandrels, but needing 5 and missed everybody. My little observer here poking out did manage to range in my carnations. Got 1 hit, but he was able to bounce it. Then I did push up this right flank with my T-62Ms. So I'm scattered delayed reserves, so I don't get him until turn 3.
Okay.
Going over to top of 2 and the Guildmaster.
All right, top of 2, IDF. So, let's roll our 2 dice. I need something to come in. Got 1 coming in. We're going to bring in a 3-pack of Merkavas. All right, we'll be back. All right, so that was the end of IDF turn 2. I did bring my Merkava 3s on, just right down this valley. We're not scared. Don't show them.
Valley of Death.
We were able to knock out 1, bail 1. And then my guys failed to blitz out of the woods properly. So 1 did get in the woods, 1 fired the plus, and actually knocked out another T-62. Pariahs knocked out one of the carnations in the back. They're pretty reliable.
They're not happy about that.
My infantry, we're going to do this, took over the building. So we're controlling the central building. We fired some RPGs, didn't do much. He bounced them all. Then the VADs from last game, they got brutalized by the scouts. I knocked out 3 of them, surprisingly. And then actually knocked out one of the, I did actually knock out one of the BTR 60s. Going over here, these guys failed to get out of the woods. So we just kind of stayed there. Bailed out a BMP-1, knocked out a spandrel, and then a mortar ranged in. Even though there's tons of targets, I need 3s, I rolled a bunch of 1s. So I was able to kill 1 infantry base that bailed out, and that was about it. Yeah, that's everything for IDF turn 2. So we're going on to the bottom of Syrian turn 2. We'll be back. Go ahead, buddy.
Something interesting just happened.
Peasant recorders over here.
All right, I pushed up my T-62s over here around the building to fire 2 shots. Did manage to knock out 2 of his VADs.
Yeah.
I did hit his FO and put a round clean through him. Rolled a 1 for that lovely firepower. Repeat bombardment over there. Pulled back my 62s over here for a little bit of range. Did manage to put some rounds up into the building and managed to knock out 2 bases.
Yeah.
Then pushed up my BTR 60s. They did split fire between the VADs, managed to bail 1, and then did manage to just simply pin the infantry. Coming over, what's left of my Syrian Carnations did repeat bombardment, but he ended up bouncing it. I moved over my Gaskins just to hide a little bit better. Jumped out the infantry. We're pinned still, so it's unfortunate. Everybody else is just kind of holding back. I peeled back off this corner a little bit to give him some room. Because remember, it's only top of turn 3 coming up. We've got a long way to go. And over to you, Guildmaster.
Okay, so I got turn 3, 3 dice for reserves. 1 comes in automatically if I roll badly. We'll get 2 coming in. So we're probably
Come on, airplanes.
we're gonna bring in the other set of Merkavas and probably the Jets as well. So rolling for the Jets. They do come in. So we have Jets and their set of Merkavas coming in. Okay, we'll be back after IDF turn 3. So that was the end of IDF turn 3. We got 2 units coming in. The Jets came in. Somehow survived all the AA to bail 1 Gaskin, bail and destroy a Shulka, and they all got forward off the board. Although I couldn't get anything back in vehicles. The FO stayed out. Infantry stayed pinned. And yeah, I got rid of the vehicles because it doesn't matter in the game, but 1 failed to remount and the other 1 ran away. These Merkavas pushed up, brutalized the T-62s, knocked down another Spandrel, so I split fire. My artillery knocked out 3 infantry bases and repinned the infantry. Command Merkavas rolled up, that should be here. Command Merkavas rolled up. These guys pushed up, knocked out 3 of the things, bailed the 1. And then them guys firing actually knocked down their T-62 over there. And I used my pariahs trying to maybe knock out 1 more AA unit to lessen the shots coming at me and missed all. Yeah, that's the end of IDF turn 3. We're going on to Syrian turn 3. Now I start rolling for reserves, guys.
All right, let's see if we can get ourselves a reserve. A 5? Not even close.
Okay, so we got to try to hope it takes longer to get here. So we're going on to Syrian turn 3. We'll be back. Okay, so here you go there, brother.
Alrighty, so here we go, bottom of turn 3. My infantry unpinned, and we did manage to move around a little bit because we failed to dig in. Coming around, we did have some stuff stay. My Spandrel stayed. I had 1 guy back up and the other guy gets stuck. They left his buddy up there. He had 2 turns to get in. I don't blame him. Brought back this little unit leader here to join the Syrian formation commander. My 1 Shilka did stay. The Hales, they did manage to range in over there on his little jeeps in the corner.
Pinned them.
Did pin them and knocked 1 out. Coming over, my PKM did manage to pin the infantry again. No kills on him though. Managed to fire a total of 30 shots of the 12.7. Only hit twice. So, not even close to 6s. Just horrible dice today.
Yeah.
FO, I think, is my player of the game for this round.
He's been nailing, dude.
But yeah, I think he's going to be catching some stingers here in a minute. So going on to top of turn 4.
We're going to try it.
You should get all your reserves
All
now.
my reserves, I got to do is roll for my jet. So let's roll for the jet. They're coming in again. Let's see if they can do another good gun run. We'll be back.
The starter sets are just a little too much for him to start just yet. And I was like,
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
start with the books. The book is a safe place to start.
Hell yeah. We had a person, a passerby, and they picked up the rule book, so that's pretty cool. So that was the end of IDF turn 4. Jeeps just drove up here. Those Jeeps got out of the woods, kind of positioned for anything coming in. Those Merkavas pushed up. Infantry engaged and bailed out 3 of those dudes. Mortar opened up, killed a bunch more dudes, pinned them. Pariahs actually also knocked out a Gaskin this turn. I lost 2 jets coming this time. It's my hubris, but we did knock out a Gaskin and
Triple bail.
triple bail, but he made the Spandrel. Then coming over here, we knocked out the last of the BMP-1s, and infantry kind of saved their saves. Merkavas moved over, and what they could do was bail out that guy. FO got back in and he's rearranged it over here. So now we're going on to Syrian turn 4.
2 dice for
2 dice for reserves.
Let's see what we got coming. Nothing still. All right.
Next turn you get 1 for free. So we'll be back. Okay.
Alrighty, as
go.
the dice goes along the floor there.
I'm just gonna roll for my jets. If they come back after they get pounding they took. No,
Feel like we're done.
All right, we're
Alright,
good.
not a whole lot happened. Nobody wanted to get in. So we're just coming around. He did manage to break my Russian formation, so that was cool right here. Remember that little scene? I'm sure he'll put one of those flashes across. But I had 3 tanks there. The one guy with the commander couldn't remount, and then the formation leader with the commander there couldn't re-roll the stay. So they were like, they're done. So that pulled all the Russians out. But we still have 3 full T-72 platoons in reserve if we can get them in. So we'll see how it goes coming up on the top of turn 5. Here you go.
Okay, buddy. This is turn 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was the end of IDF turn 5. Really brutal. These guys got in position waiting for the inevitable counterattack. They did kill 2 infantry bases with machine gun fire, knocked the last Spandrel, rearranged in mortar, got a bunch of dudes. Infantry pushed up with Merkavas and the Jeeps and just brutalized the front here. Knocked out like 4 BDR-60s and then killed like, I don't know how many bases of infantry.
A lot.
Went down.
Lot. They just melted.
Then jets didn't come in. Pariahs knocked out and bailed out the last 2 coronations. Toes fired, missed the FO. These guys kind of their fire masked over here. The rest of the infantry moved up, and like I said, we just kind of let loose. So he's going to be rolling
3 dice, 1 auto.
1 auto.
I get my 1 auto.
Just get the 1. All right, we'll be back after Syrian turn 5, bottom of 5.
1, 2, 3 lows, highs.
Using an available resource.
So that's the end of it, guys. I didn't capture objectives. I just broke the formation.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. I mean, player removal is creature removal.
Yeah, it's a little bit loud. There's a birthday party going on we didn't know about, but I just kind of pushed up aggressively, knocked down our T-72, and then just manhandled the infantry.
Yeah.
Just unloaded on them and then run over them. Infantry ran up, knocked out the rest of these with bazookas and everything. Whoa.
Smoke's going away.
Rumbling.
Yeah.
That guy must have a big wiener.
Gotta love Johnstown.
Guy must have a huge crank. That's
Drives by at least like.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
oh, I'm gonna go out there and show my boobs.
That was a tough game.
That was a really good game.
I think I'm gonna go back to running them as just straight Soviets. They stick together more.
Yeah.
Like that breaking the formation was rough.
Well, then your skill still.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's your remount is horrible with these guys. This was hurt too. Like a lot of your vehicles couldn't get back in when they needed to be.
Yeah. No reserves didn't help at all until.
Listen, I got super lucky. It took you 3 turns.
Yeah.
If not, it'd have been a different story.
Yeah, I would have been able to turn with the T-72s and go on the flank.
And it's debatable whether starting T-72s on first versus the 62s. It's a hard one. It's a hard because like they're very comparable tanks.
And they have the same gun. It's a 21 gun. It's just that 14 front versus 17.
I wonder if maybe if you just kept with pushing in my backfield with your tanks. But then again, I got reserves every turn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Blades did really well coming in this time too.
Right. And then the other part is my reserves are all tank that could kill his tanks. So maybe pushing my backfield maybe would have been good or bad. That was a good game, dude.
Yeah.
It's a very good game.
Couldn't get the dice to go in my way when I needed them to, and you did. So yeah, really good game, man. I like your IDF list. It's a fun one.
It runs pretty good. It's small. It's weird dude because it's small in such a way that I have to play super aggressive.
Yeah.
If you don't play aggressive with them, even on defense, you get pummeled. You have to take the offense. That's the only way to actually play them. That was a good game, dude.
Yeah, I like
if you guys like what we do, you know the whole spiel. Like, share, subscribe. If you guys want some merch like the shirts we got, go to the link in the description to the Etsy store. We have shirts and stuff.
Buy us a cup of coffee.
Yeah, literally. We don't make much off the shirts. I had the shirts priced in such a way that I feel I would buy a shirt for that price. Because some people like jack them up. We don't do that. Plus, too, unlike some places, we have big kid shirt sizes, like 5 and 4s. You know what I mean? Other places don't do that, and it makes me mad because, except for the Cleric as the exception, not all of us are little people. Pose.
Firepower.
Yeah. Listen, when we start doing the heavy metal wargaming modeling month calendar, you guys will really like it. But all right, guys, that's this for this time. Anything to add, Cleric?
No, it was a really good game, really tough. It literally was the valley of death. As we were trying to fight over that building out in the middle of the Guildland Heights.
Yeah, with the current climate, we've got to change the name of the building.
Yeah.
But that was a good one.
Yeah, man, I love that.
Yeah. So we're going to try to get some more battle reports. This is being recorded the 18th, I believe, or 19th? 18th. We're going to try to get this out as soon as we can. Again, you guys notice we don't have the camera rig. Store environment isn't very conducive to the camera rig, unfortunately. But all right, we'll talk to you later.
Peace.
So you're gonna